Hi, Warhawk Defense here today. We have a World War II gun with us today on the range, and I wanted to bring it out and shoot it and sight it a little bit. I put a new sight on it. This is a M1 Carbine, and we've done a video on this before, but I did not have this sight. I had the old flip-up sight on it. Now I have put on an adjustable sight, and I just put it on the other night, so we need to see how accurate it is. So I need to zero it in a little bit. Of course, we're only going to do it from about 30 yards or so, but we're going to shoot it. So this gun was built in 1944. It's an inland. Okay, gonna put my hearing protection in. Got the other camera down there. I got two identical cameras, and got one down there on the target. See where we're hitting, and I hope that we're I hope we're sighted in well enough that we don't go too far off and knock that other camera out, but you know, we'll see. So anyway, here we go. Again, got the mag in. You can see that it is loaded. Of course, these are straight wall, 30 caliber, 110 grain, full metal jacket, carbine rounds. They're sort of somewhere between a pistol, you know, and a rifle, and they're not overly powerful, but they're enough that they would keep people away and take care of people that were trying to do things to you. And since this is semi-automatic, you can pump a lot of them in a hurry. 15 round mag in this one. So here we go. We're going to point it down range. All right, we are hot. It's pointed down range, and we're ready to rock and roll. So here we go. I'm going to shoot at the one on the right with the little pink dot. 3 rounds, then see where we're at. I've got the sight set basically right in the center, so we'll see. Here we go. Put it on safe. Get down and take a look. Okay, at 30 yards, we're going to the right, and it looks like elevation-wise they're okay. I've got the sight set down on the lowest I can get it, and we'll take a look at the sight right now. So it looks like we need to crank it to the left, the rear sight. You want to move the rear sight in the direction you want the shots to fall. So we want them to go to the left, so we'll crank the sight to the left. We want them to go right there. So we'll do that right now. The sight, that takes the sight to the right. Let's take the sight to the left. That's what we want to. Don't want to get confused. This does get confusing. All right, there. Now we've actually physically taken the rear sight to the left. So we've moved the rear sight to the left, so that we can get the shots to fall. So you want to move the rear sight in the direction that you want the bullets to go. So we are moving there. And this is as low as I can get it. It's already as far down as it'll go. All right, so we've moved it. We've moved it so that it is moved left. This is moved left of center right there, see? We went down and checked it, and we were shooting right of center. So, of course, we took out the mag and racked the round out while we were down there adjusting. and we adjusted the rear sight because the shots were going too much to the right. We adjusted the rear sight to the left, so it'll bring the shots to the left. And so we'll see right now. We'll shoot 3 more and see how that worked. So here we go. Safety back on. I'm shooting bottom of the ball, or bottom of the pink ball down there. So we'll go down quick and see what we got. So, wow, we didn't make any difference. Didn't make any difference. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll adjust the sights again. Actually, it looked like it went further. All right, we'll make another sight correction. Okay, we didn't make much difference that time, so we're going to adjust some more. Take the sight to the left a little more, and I'm going to shoot off the hood here of the car to stabilize a little bit, just to make sure. Standing could have been me for sure, because this doesn't have the greatest trigger. You know, it's got a wartime trigger, but we'll shoot from here with it stabilized, and I cranked it to the left quite a ways, so we'll give that a try. We'll give it a try right now. So. All right, let's go down and check. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, I corrected it to the left quite a bit. In fact, I cranked it almost clear over to the far left side, which means I probably need to drift the whole entire sight more to the left. So that whole sight probably should be drifted left, and then re-zeroed. But if I'm looking at this correctly, that one's a little high, but these two right here are right in there. So those were both good shots, and that's what I got out of the last correction. So yeah, I think you know, you put the sight in, you drift it a little bit. I'll drift it some more. I'll drift it some more left. All right, those were better. Those were direct hits down there, right in the center. One was a little high, but the rest of them were aligned wise, left and right wise, windage wise, they were right on. One was a little high, the other two were right in the circle. So I'm going to shoot some more. I'm going to shoot on the other target, on the left target this time, now that I think I've got it sighted. I just try to draw on a center of mass and see if we can get center of mass hits in the same place, and then we'll know we've got it sighted. One of the things is, you know, we mentioned is this entire sight piece right here might need to be drifted more to the left towards this direction, and then we re-sight it, move it back, because we've got this center adjustment so far over that it might just need, the whole thing might need to be pounded, driven more to the left, and then re-corrected back to the center. So but we can do that later. But right now I'll see if we're staying. It seems like it's holding tight enough. It went in there pretty tight. So, but you know, we got to remember this is a gun from 1944. So you do be careful with it when you're driving a new sight in there. You do not want to break off this part of the receiver, the dovetail receiver piece where the sight goes in, because you know that's something you don't just fix. So anyway, we'll shoot some more on the other target. Here we go. We're just going to shoot center of mass. My eyes aren't really good enough to see from here, but I think they're down there in the center. I'm going to try to go for some in the head now, see where those go. Whoop. Got a stovepipe. See that? Caught up right there. That happens sometimes. Probably spring's probably getting a little old. Yeah, there's another one. Oh, that was the last round. Last round. All right. Down and see where we hit. Well, we shot on the other target this time. Since we felt like we got it sighted in, you know, we were shooting on that one, and we hit some down there in the pink. We shot on this other target this time because we were thinking we got it sighted pretty good, and I shot 3 there in the center, just aiming center of mass, and then I tried to put 3 in the head. And with that rifle, you know, you kind of aim bottom of the ball, so you kind of put the front sight right in here somewhere, and you know, right down in here somewhere. But for an old 1944 well used, not exactly best brand new barrel in the world, thing shoots pretty good. And I got all 3 of those in the head circle, and all 3 of those in the center body circle. So not bad. I think that we're probably sighted in at 30 yards, and with the carbine I don't plan to really need to shoot further than about 30 yards, but you know, I think that looks pretty good. And there's where we started when we put with a brand new sight we just put in. We had to move it over to the left some until we got it centered up, and then actually the better shots, I will admit, I was shooting over the hood of the car. I actually rested on the hood of the car. So if you rest over something, you know, 30 yards, old carbine, World War II, it's just got the peep sight, battle sight kind of stuff, works pretty nice. So we'll go down and take an in-depth look at it right now and call it good. It's a very sweet gun. Okay, there it is. The M1 carbine, World War II vintage. We'll take a better look at it here in the fading afternoon light. This one, as I mentioned, was made in 1944 at the Inland Division of General Motors. That mag pouch there is reproduction, but it's the way they would have looked. The oiler there and the strap, carry strap, is original. There's the sight I put on it. It is not original. It is a reproduction adjustable sight. Kind of brings this more in line with a Korean War you know, a reissue gun that would have been reissued for the Korean War, with that bayonet lug there on the front, and that's the bayonet lug right there. And not sure why you'd really need a bayonet on this gun, but you know, I guess everything helps when you run out of ammo. But that's it. And I put some stripper on and took that urethane, shiny urethane off, tried to get it back to the real wood, and you know, it looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. A reproduction, that's a reproduction magazine, 15 round mag in there, and there's the bolt. It's just a peep sight. You know, you look down there through the peep sight. It's a standard wartime, war vintage kind of gun. You know, there's the peep sight. No, it's not going to focus. Come on. There we go. Come on. But peep sight, I like that actually. It's easier to see. The other guns that I've got, the Mauser and 03 Springfield, you know, well, that's got a better sight on it too. But the original Springfields, the 03s, had a Mauser type sight, real hard to see. But that's it. Nice gun. Picked it up for not much money. I actually got real lucky with it, because nowadays to try to buy one of those in that good a condition, you'd be paying some serious money. You'd be paying top dollar for it, especially if you're buying it from Cabela's or someplace like that. But you know, I'm happy with it, and great gun, part of my military World War II military gun collection. And I'm kind of a history buff, and it's kind of fun to have one of these. And I've got actually a picture of my dad when he was a very young man posing with one of these. He must have been on guard duty or something. He was in Japan after World War II, and guarding with one of these. Only the one he had, the one he was carrying, didn't have a magazine in it. So, you know, that's guard duty, I guess. After you win the war, you don't have to worry about having loaded guns. You just have to look like a, you know, like you mean business. But anyway, so it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Now, you know, my dad was also a BA Airman. That's what he was. And at the end of World War II in Korea, I'd love to get a BAR, but it's probably not in the cards. But anyway, and it shoots pretty good. So there you go. Anyway, we'll say see you later.